been said that at the core of every human endeavor is the pursuit of happiness. Happiness that we share with the ones closest to us. Through our life journey, we are confronted with obstacles. Obstacles that we face every day. Obstacles that take us away from what's important to us. Of science, we have found a way to bring back the quality of everyday happiness that we will treasure forever.
Bayer. Science for a better life.
Sabah al-khair. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phil Smits. I'm Managing Director for Bayer in the Middle East, and I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you to our first Focus Forum here in Dubai.
Diabetes, as you all know, it is one of the fast-growing, diseases in the world. And I remember in the year 2000, the International Diabetes Federation estimated the number of people with diabetes to be 188 million worldwide. And they expected that by the year 2020, the number of people with diabetes will reach around 300 million people worldwide.
As far as diagnosis is concerned, as you all know, OCT offers a lot of qualitative information about retinal morphology related to diabetic macular edema, such as the presence or absence of intraretinal fluid, subretinal fluid, vitreomacular interface abnormalities, etc., etc. But it also offers quantitative measures of retinal thickness, and it also helps to localize the pathology with respect to the center.
Thank you for letting me share that update today.
Okay. Thank you very much for all the speakers for such an elegant presentations. I have a question from diabetes screening point of view, and I would welcome the input of Dr. Madani and Dr. Shaukat Sadiqat on this. The question is related to the frequency of screening. And the person is asking, since we have a very high prevalence of diabetes in the region, in the Gulf region and the Middle East region, should the frequency of screening be more frequent and more robust to allow for earlier detection and earlier treatment?
Well, yes, I agree with you, Dr. Hassanin. We have here in our region, as I said, 1 out of 5 persons are living with diabetes. So here the screening should be more and more frequent. We have almost half this number that they have diabetes, they are undiagnosed. So once we increase and the more, increase, frequency, once we do the screening and more screening we do, we can detect the new cases. And as you know, in type 2 diabetes, the symptoms are very mild. The patient may not, pay attention to the symptoms at the early stage. And many of them, their first presentation is with the complication. And that means that they have diabetes for years and years and maybe, 5 or 10 years. The earlier detection of diabetes and the early, to start the control early, we can prevent the complication or delay it as soon as possible. So frequent screening is very, very important in our region.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I have questions for Dr. Bressler. Actually, it's interesting questions. The first question about bilateral injection at the same time. Would you advocate it? And what's the level of anti-VHF in blood circulation? And if there is any risk out of this, accumulation of anti-VHF after injecting both eyes?
Typically, the first time someone walks in and needs both eyes treated, we would consider treating just one eye, let them understand what the risks are, what the discomfort may be, and then treat the other eye. But after the first time, we're very comfortable treating both eyes on the same day to minimize the burden of their coming in and out. Now, there is a theoretic risk that you're giving them twice the dose systemically, but since we have no definitive evidence that there's a systemic risk so far, when you compare people who get this injection versus no injection, then we tell them we don't have a known risk, there's always an unknown risk, and they have to decide how risk averse they are if they want to have the convenience of having both eyes treated. That being said, when we treat both eyes, we want to be sure that there's no risk of endophthalmitis, and so we want to do it the same way every time. And so we encourage the patient and the physician to do one eye, clean up the room, get everything set up, and then do the other eye. Don't rush and just do one eye and 5 seconds later inject the other eye. But we would do it on the same day as long as the patient understands there's a theoretic risk of increasing the systemic dose, but no confident data that you're increasing their risk of a heart attack or stroke.
Thank you. I have a second question, but before going to the second question, may I ask the audience how many of you would consider bilateral injection at the same time? 50-50. Yeah.